Hey, we're live. Woohoo. Okay, so I'm going to go over and tell everybody. Please go to the new stream. Okay, so we'll close this out. My apologies. This keeps happening where I will open up a stream, I'll advertise it, and then I'll try and open it up, and then it just turns and turns and turns and turns and turns. It says going live. And then I have to tell everybody. So I apologize. I have no idea, but it's happened at least half a dozen times. So, and I keep trying to delete the problem. And hello, Millicent. Hello, Solitary and Barbara. I don't know. It's driving me absolutely nuts. I want to elevate this a little bit so that we have, well, let's go ahead and let's elevate this. Elevated? No, I think it's okay. So guess what happened to me last night, everybody? I broke my policy of, yes, I would love to talk about Princess Diana. And believe it or not, I have a humble little relationship with Princess Diana. Would everybody like to know Whimsy's? I thought that I would unbox some stuff, tell people about how I know Princess Diana and how Princess Diana knew me. And I thought everyone would get a laugh and maybe we can raise a little money for charity. But also, I did a meditation last night, and for some bizarre reason, I got Princess Diana, and I don't like to promote the royals. I don't like to promote that silliness, as they say, but I never know what's going to happen when I start meditating. And last night I got Princess Diana. So we're going to talk about that. I want to grab a pen also, just because, as is my way, I'll be writing stuff down. All right, just because sometimes I have to take notes. Hi, Robin and Solitary. Empath, we've said hi to. We've said hi, I believe, to Paul and Ruth. Chantel, shalom, shalom. And Naomi, hello, hello. Oh, yes, do tell. All right, so this is not a psychic story. This is just a cool story about me having a really cool life. All right, so once upon a time, a long, long time ago, I was living in Jerusalem, Israel. And I was dating an artist, an Australian artist, yes. Anyway, and I love art. And I was working as an artist model. I was making extra cash, which is so much better than house cleaning, by the way. I was cleaning houses and I was taking classes at the local seminary, and I was having a great time. But somebody asked me if I would be the model for a very famous portrait artist by the name of Israel Zohar. And this was somebody who was a student of Israel Zohar's. So I thought, well, great, that'll be better than cleaning houses. So I went and interviewed with the painter Israel Zohar, and I was hired as his live model for about a year. And so he painted me in all my glory, yes, nudes, semi-nudes. What was great about working with Israel Zohar was that he is one of the most trustworthy people I've ever been employed by. You know, he a very gentle man, a very professional man, very kind, very compassionate, always took care of me, always made sure that the model was warm, always brought me tea and fed me, and really introduced me to some of the most positive parts of working with and hanging out with artists. And he had been thinking about moving to London because Israel Zohar wanted to bring his art to Europe. And so we worked together until he moved to London, which he did, I believe, in 1989, give or take, 88, 89. And he was experimenting with, he painted similar to Rembrandt, Vermeer. He did the classical techniques. and he taught the classical technique, the lighting technique, the shading, etc. And at that time, the people who worked for the royal family were looking for somebody to be commissioned to paint Princess Diana's portrait. And so she sent her people out to various different exhibits throughout London and whatnot. And then she looked at the portfolios of the artist, and she got down to, I think, about 10 artists. And one of the artists was Israel Zohar. So she requested an interview with him. And so Israel Zohar got to go and meet Princess Diana and to chat with her. She looked through his pictures. He had done an exhibit where I was the main model. Princess Diana was looking through the pictures, and this is a bit naughty. Princess Diana was a bit naughty. She said, I'm just going to quote her directly. She said to Israel Zohar, she said, I see you are used to working with models who have perfect titties. This is when I was younger, and things have changed. But so she had a sense of humor, and she made him laugh, and he didn't really know. There was so much rules and about how he was supposed to talk to her, and so Mr. Zohar said, well, I'm sure he was supposed to call her madam. And he said, well, madam, I'm sure your titties are just fine. So that is my Princess Diana story. So he got the job. Israel Zohar got the job. And if you'd like to see his painting of Princess Diana, you can Google Israel Zohar, and you can see the painting that he did of her. So that is my story about Princess Diana. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing. Did you all enjoy that story? It's interesting. I always felt a kinship with her because I was 18 years old when the royal wedding happened. And as I got to know more about her life, I started to see that she and I had some similar experiences. We both grew up. Our parents divorced when we were 5. We were both ballerinas. We were both raised by our fathers. So I thought she was a nice woman. But she showed up last night. We're going to talk about that after the unboxing. So the first thing is we got a letter of thank you from the ACLU. As you all know, we've donated several $100s to the ACLU. So the first thing about the unboxing is to let you all see your letter to the ACLU, because thanks to you watching commercials here on this channel, you've given me my fantasy, which is to be a philanthropist. So I'm getting the credit, but it's really you folks watching the commercials and donating. They said that they want to extend our sincere appreciation for the contribution we made of $250. They received it on August 21st, because the 21st is when we get our payouts. So that is our thank you from the ACLU. And if you all like, we can save these over the years, and we can go over it as the channel expands and as our work expands in the world of doing Gaia's work. All right, and then this next piece of mail is from Miss Tyan Tesmer. She's from Stone Ridge Drive, Minerva, Ohio. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All those butterflies and flowers. I love nature. Also, I want to give a special thank you to the person that bought 25 trees at AmericanForest.org. I want to mention that person's name. I got an email last night from, let me see if I can find it. Patty Rodriguez. Thank you so much to Patty Rodriguez in my name. Thank you so much. She donated, she bought 25 trees through AmericanForest.org. I really appreciate that because I didn't have children. So the more, if I can have tree babies, I'll be very happy. All right, so this is the card. So thank you, Patty Rodriguez. So this is Miss Tyan's card. Wow. And it looks like she's requesting a reading. So thank you. I won't read this because it's a private issue, but thank you, Tyann. I did receive the request and the payment. That's not usually how we do it, but it's fine to do it that way. I'll have my assistant schedule your appointment. And I won't read this because it's private, but thank you. Absolutely. I would love to work with you. And I will get back to you today on that. All right. So the next gift we have is from the beautiful Cynthia Moon Artisans. Cindy Johnson. Thank you, Cindy. Sometimes she doesn't put her name there, but thank you, Cindy. And look, she's got the Imagine stamps, which is what this channel is all about. Imagine. People did like the Princess Diana story? Perfect titties. Yes, that's what she said. She had no prejudice whatsoever. It was one of the most fascinating things about her that Israel Zohar noticed was that she was very humble. She had no ego about her looks. She didn't think she was special. And he said he was shocked by how genuine and humble she was. And yeah, so she was just a good person. Oh, all right. Here's the letter from Cindy. Dear precious Oracle of Whimsy, this letter comes with my thanks again for spiritual comfort, support you provide. I love the humor too. She dreamed of becoming a philanthropist and love how you and your fans donate to good causes. I always watch the commercials and from time to time go back in and run them a time or three throughout the day. You know, it all adds up. I mean, you see the power of just a couple people throwing a few quarters together. We probably this month will probably plant I think probably about 500 trees we're going to be able to plant this month. I've enclosed 2 pairs of earrings. Oh, thank you. This is so nice of you. My gosh. Pink Tulite, Rodeo Crocite, and Facet Cut Green Garnets. This is really, the second pair is a tribute to Mila. I couldn't resist. They're sterling as well. Wear them in good health. Please don't feel you have to acknowledge them on your site. Too late. Jane, thank you so much. Let us know, Jane, what you want to do with your donation, or I'll just divide it up. Like I said, 100% of the money goes to charity, but sometimes I can't be perfect in terms of percentages. 100% goes to charity. But like if I get the total of say $500 worth of people that are wanting ASPCA, and I don't have time to go through every single request, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to put a note in my comment section so that before I donate on the 21st, we can be as specific as possible, because I really do want to honor what viewers. I'll try and get as accurate as I can be. Well, thank you. Oh my God, they're so pretty. I love these. And I love that green. As you can see, that I love the green. Thank you so much, Cindy. Oh my God. And look at the little cat just for Mila. Isn't that beautiful? That is so kind of you. Cindy, thank you. So if people would like to know more about, if you like Cindy's art, if you like, look at that, how gorgeous that is. If you'd like to purchase some of Cindy's earrings, the website, Cynthia Moon Artisans. Cynthia Moon Artisans, if you'd like to support one of our viewers. Beautiful art, beautiful, and I will definitely wear them. I love this type of jewelry. I'll wear it on my vacation down under. Hi, Ashley. So Ashley would like us to plant trees and Bahamas. So trees are the #1 request we're getting. And then the second request we're getting is relief for the Bahamas. And then the third is the children at the border is still a problem. So that's how I'm prioritizing it. But again, you, the people, decide because it's your money. All right. This is the next present. It's from Molly Matheson, and she lives in Red City, California. Thank you, Molly. And Ashley looks like she's going to be mother to some trees as well. Oh my gosh. I will never have to purchase a scarf again because everyone keeps giving me scarves. A market bag I needed for you, 100% cotton, can't go to, it can't go into the washing machine, dry on low or hang. Oh, this is, let's open this up. Thank you, Molly. Thank you so much. Hello from Molly. She says, Dear Whimsy, as I was enjoying your talk today about Mother Earth and each doing our part, you mentioned not using plastic wrap. I made these reversible bowl covers and thought you might like them. Yes, anything to get me off plastic. As a thank you for all you do, educate and comfort us in these difficult times. I feel more at ease this past month, knowing Trump will soon be gone. Yeah, he lost everything. Can y'all believe it? Bolton, remember he sent him to Mongolia. Yeah, well, we saw that coming. The other guy's not. Yeah, it's sad. What can I tell you? Installed solar power walls. Good for you, our house. And I feel we are moving in the right direction. You are moving in the right direction. And Mother Earth is very grateful. Wishing you positive light and surround you always love and appreciation, Molly. You don't log in, but watching daily. Oh, well, thank you, Molly, for watching. And thank you for the beautiful gifts. Look at this. This is my new Trader Joe's bag. Is this not awesome? Thank you, Molly. I will totally use this. This is good for vegetables. I'm always looking for something that's soft that I can put my vegetables in when I go to the market because, again, I don't like plastic. So thank you for that. And then these are the lid covers. This is so awesome. Look at that. Look at that. I wonder if I can also have it be a little beanie for Mila. What do you think? Would that be strange? All right. Can everybody still see me? Yeah. Yeah, shower caps. What do y'all think about Mila wearing one of these? Would that be offensive? Thank you so much. Thank you, Molly. All right, so the next is from Ji Young Oh on behalf of Ilchi Lee. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it looks like it's a book. Oh, it's the book I Have Decided to Live 120 Years by Ilchi Lee. The Ancient Secrets of Longevity, Vitality, and Life Transformation. Thank you, Ilchi Lee. We will read it, and I will definitely give a review and let everybody know what I think of this amazing book. And it's exactly the type of book that I like to read, too, because I'm all about natural remedies for longevity. So, speaking of which, the medicinary, my herbal medicinary is doing really well. It's almost complete. I'm building my own medicinary, so I'll be able to make handcrafted herbal medicines for people based on their own unique needs. So if people want to come in and see me via telemedicine or come directly into the office and get a completely 100% natural treatment plan and to have an herbal tea made specifically for you for your condition, then please reach out to me. All right, so now we've done all of that. That was fun. We're going to talk a little bit about last night's meditation, where people had said, can you look at Princess Diana? Can you look at the royals? And I thought, I don't do that stuff. But last night I had a meditation about the royals. And specifically, I had a meditation about Princess Diana. And it had to do with a challenge. It felt as if when I went into this meditation, I know, aren't they beautiful earrings for us? When I went into this meditation, it had to do with Harry's marriage to Meghan Markle. Is that her name? So in this meditation, I was meditating on Princess Diana and if she could share any memories of, anything that would come through as I meditated on Princess Diana. Was I able to get anything on the Akashic records? And she said that this is private information, but I had permission to share it. She said that when Harry was a little boy, he would have terrible bouts of anger. And his bouts of anger were so strong that it was a source of concern for her and for her husband. So his little face would get all red and he would get these temper tantrums. And they were really very scary that he could get so temperamental. So when in the meditation, when I asked her, why do you think that Harry had this problem with anger, or why do you think Harry is can be short-tempered, like it can come out of the blue? And she said that Harry was born when there was a lot of tension in her personal life, and there was a lot of tension in her marriage, and there was a lot of influx during the divorce and whatnot. And she thinks that children are very sensitive. And she said Harry was a very, very, very sensitive child. And she thinks that he internalized the problems of their marriage, that the fighting, etc., and how he expressed it very different than William. And one of the ways he expressed it was these temper tantrums and this anger. And she thinks it came from a place of fear, and maybe the fact that they were having problems in the marriage, and maybe perhaps the child felt that he couldn't control the situation, or the fear that a child has when they see that kind of tension in the home, because children are innately empathic. And she said over the years, she's kept close to him and she's watched over him. And she's concerned specifically about the anger that she has seen from him and how it's expressing itself, particularly with alcohol and trauma. And she said that the reason that she had decided to come out during the meditation was because of a genuine concern about the direction her son's anger has taken in the past, and continues to be a problem, and was especially a problem when he was drinking alcohol, to the point where she seemed to be ready to say that he had a drug and alcohol problem, or certainly he had in the past. She also said that he was heavily influenced by his time in the military, that he had spent quite a bit of time in Afghanistan. He had served in the military as a soldier, and she was not entirely pleased with the impact it had on his personality in terms of just his brass behavior, also being very demanding, domineering at times, and speaking to Meghan in ways which are not appropriate. That was what she said. And she said that I'm sorry, I have to tell you what I hear. And if I have permission, then I'm supposed to say it. She said, Harry is driving Meghan away the way Harry's father drove me away. So the anger, the frustration, the feeling that this is ordering her about as if the royal way of doing things is the only way to do things. She also, when I asked Diana, the spirit energy, how she felt about Meghan Markle, she said she's a lovely girl, and that she liked her very much. And she said that Harry is driving her away with his temperamental behavior and bossiness. He's bossy. She says he's bossy. And the way he speaks to her is the way you wouldn't even speak to a soldier under you in wartime. So uh, she basically said that if he doesn't uh, get get his anger in check, his wife will leave him, just as I left his father. So it was a very serious thing, and it it was just cool because I had that past cool little experience with her, and then to have her come in so clearly last night and say, "Yeah, I'm going to air out the dirty laundry," and Harry's got an anger problem, and he's bossy, and you saw it correctly what happened on the balcony, this bossiness, because we are royals and we are in charge and you're going to do it our way, etc., etc., etc. And she said, Megan's actually very good. She brings fresh air. Perhaps you should start doing things the way Megan suggests. Sometimes doing it the old way is not the best way. And she really is a good person. Megan's doing the best she can. And but if things don't change, she's going to move back to the States. Which is a problem because Megan is also starting to suffer from the same depression as Diana, just horrible demands, feeling held hostage by the royal family, taking a break, coming to New York to watch her friend play Wimbledon, going and doing yoga. She misses being a regular girl. She misses her regular life, being bossed around by her husband, being made to feel that she's the poor relation who has to go to these events and is too unpolished and unsophisticated to understand the appropriate way to behave. That's the way they're making Markle feel. And the love and the positive feelings she had for Harry are coming to an end. If he's got to change. Basically, what I took from this meditation is that Diana wants him to change. He's the problem. He's always had this problem. Diana feels she's partly responsible because of how much was going on in their family in his early life. And but yes, she's not going to protect him. And she basically outed her son that he's going to have to get a grip. He's going to have to get it together because he has a wife and child now. All right. What did people think of that? Who knew, right? Who knew that the dirt would come out and how it came out? All right. So we got time for blitzes. We've been at this for a little under 30 minutes. So that was my Royals reading. What do y'all think? Yes, history is starting to repeat itself. That's basically, and he's driving Megan away. And Diana adores her. Diana's spirit. He really did marry a woman a lot like his mom. She really does want to. She did want a little attention. She did like the fashion and whatnot. But the truth of the matter is that she prefers hanging out with her friends, doing yoga, and just being semi-anonymous, and hanging out with all these stuffy royals, constantly making her feel like crap. And she can't leave because her son is basically royal property, and so she's starting to feel trapped. So she's spending time going back to the States just so that she can find herself again. Now, there's a side of Harry that Diana spoke about where she said he has the biggest heart. And in a way, again, she feels partially responsible because when she was crying or she was sad or anything, he would, put his arms around mommy, give love to mommy, make mommy feel better. He always had a big, big heart, but she puts too much burden on him. But this way he's treating Megan, like ordering her, and this is the proper way, and acting like, why can't you figure it out? She wasn't born a royal, and the royals need to change. So that was the feedback. Yeah. And there was a little bit more that came in. They say that there are therapists that work for the royal family, counselors, that sometimes marriages get into trouble in the royal family. And so they do bring in therapists and counselors. And Prince Charles sees this rift starting to happen. And it was Prince Charles that suggested he said that he and Kamala also had some challenges because of his being stubborn and bossy and whatnot. And that counseling helped him. So they're probably going to get some private counseling. But really, from what I saw and what I heard, the problem is Harry, not Meghan. Okay. What do we got? Now we hear that, but we want to switch to politics a little bit today. Yeah, he's losing. You're right, Ashley. He's losing her. Isn't that heartbreaking? Yeah, it's just sad, and she's becoming sad. Yeah, but she's Meghan. Everybody be nice to Meghan, because I went into her energy, and she really is just a nice person that wants to help. And yeah, she had a couple romantic ideas. Who doesn't? When you marry royalty, but that doesn't make her a bad person. You know, she's a good person. She really is there because she thought she could do some good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and do a simple prayer, and we're going to go ahead and do a blitz for the next 30 minutes. Okay. All right, I want to call on white light protection for myself and my viewers as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and good angels to be with us. Give us the clarity and wisdom that is needed to empower us to make the best decisions for our friends, for our family, for the people we love, and for the planet. And with that, I say, Amen. Switch it up a little bit. All right. So I just want to do, with everyone's permission, I always want to check on what happened with Bolton. You want to do that? What happened with Bolton? Yeah, when they did that to Princess Diana, they put her on psych meds. You have to be perfect. You have to be perfect. And if you make one little mistake, they're going to scream at you. And it's just like, it's a lot of pressure to put on someone. She wasn't born a royal. She's just a regular girl from LA who loved a boy, and now it's turning into a nightmare. And she can't leave because she's got her son with him. Kids can trap us. You know, sometimes it can be a good trap, but she really was having an issue. Okay, so we're looking at Bolton now. It's interesting. The Queen of Wands comes in, so there's an aspect to Bolton's firing that has to do with boundaries or inappropriate behavior. And you can see here, Four of Cups, an inability to change. So what appears to have happened was that Bolton, remember when we went into Bolton's energy a couple months ago, and he said, I'm the expert. This shouldn't be happening to me. I'm the expert. That's kind of what I feel when I go into this, is a feeling that he refused to do things the way the administration wanted because he saw himself already as the expert. But you can see boundaries coming in for him. All right, first, upside down. The Seven of Cups is inverted. That's probably a good sign. It would suggest that the confusion, the mixed messages, etc., that are coming out of this administration are coming to an end. Seven of Cups is a feeling of being in the clouds, not knowing what decision, living in a fantasy world. But the fact that it's inverted could indicate that we're headed in one direction alone and there aren't multiple ideas, because if you're losing one of your advisors, then you're losing one of your multiple choices. So an inverted Seven of Cups, I would interpret as we're moving in a more concrete direction. Inability to let it go. So there's also I think that the military is not going to pull back. You can see the Five of Swords, which is to retreat, has been inverted. So there appears to have been a delay in attempts to pull troops out of Afghanistan. You can see inability to walk away. The choices are narrowing. The military coming in, King of Swords. That's also regarding justice. This is also Trump's card. He's fired the Justice Department. There is now a complete and total rift of the Justice Department to such an extent that he's seriously considering firing Barr. Don't ask me. I have no idea what I'm seeing. This is insane. Look at this. Nine of Wands moving in, defensive with Trump. There's a defensiveness. Uh, I think that his collapse in terms of his ability to even put on the facade of mental health is starting to collapse so rapidly that we may now see an open defiance from the Justice Department. Turnberry is not going to go away. In fact, it's going to be a major issue that comes up in the impeachment inquiry. Bolton's actually did things that put him in some kind of trouble. Look at all these inverts. We're not getting out of Afghanistan, I'm sorry to say. Not only that, but Bolton's going to become increasingly isolated and could face even legal problems. I don't know what that's about. Wow, Bolton didn't do well at all. Whew, not good. Roseanne Barr. You wanted me to look at Roseanne Barr? Sherby, thank you, Sherby. Sherby planted 10 trees today. Unless you want me to do something else with the money. We will plant trees. Okay, the next question. Will the Fox News defamation suit against Rachel Maddow be successful? I didn't know that they had sued Rachel Maddow. That's interesting. William Barr, Bolton will be legally in battle. Yeah. Okay, so what should we do next? Oh, actually, I did do a remote view of Roseanne Barr, and it was really pretty cool. I held on to that remote for a really long time, for a couple months now. And when I went into the core of Roseanne Barr, I found this child who liked saying shocking things because it got the adults to pay attention to her. And she really just wanted to entertain. And I saw her as a child putting on plays for the family and performances for the animals and for the family. And that at her core, she was a child that liked saying outrageous things just because the adults would, because she loved the shock and then the laughter afterwards. And it was sad. It was like seeing a child that didn't understand why everybody was being so mean to her. It was sad. Another person who was frozen in their childhood. All right, we'll do William Barr next. What is going on with William Barr? What is going on with William Barr? Mr. William. Isn't this fun? Thank you, Jamie Johnson. She just donated $5 to Bahamas Relief, and we look forward to making that happen. All right. Yeah, William Barr is not long for this world. You can see the divorce archetype moving in, and it is over. So yeah, there's a permanent rift that appears to be happening between the Justice Department now and this president. This type of energy, you can see it's over, right? The inverted Knight of Pentacles, and then a divorcee card. I wouldn't think that would mean a long and happy relationship. Those are not good signs. Let's take a look. Where he's at right now, not healthy. Was it, remind me who said that he was not he was having a health challenge? Was that Linda G? Correct me if I'm mistaken. An inverted Page of Cups, this is a health card, could indicate that there's a health challenge right over him, and it's affecting his ability to do his work. What is above him? Missing money. The Justice Department, again, it keeps saying the same thing, has been called to investigate the movement of funds or loss of money. They've been taking money out of where it's supposed to go and putting it into their own projects and paying their friends. This is a major investigation, and the Justice Department can't get Trump out of it. This has come up before. Missing funds, loss of money, lawsuits, having trouble hanging up the broken man. Not going they can't continue with this president because he's being bombarded by investigations that the Justice Department has to look into. And at this point, it's practically bankrupting the Justice Department. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He pulled 2 inverted double aces. Even beginning tarot readers know what that is. An inverted ace of swords, where he's at. Inverted ace of pentacles coming in. This is loss of money, and this could also indicate a loss of his job. Look at that. He failed. He did not land the plane. What is around him? Inability to hang it up. He still thinks, no, I can do it. I can do it. Hopes and fears, the final outcome, walking away, right? And the final outcome for Barr, getting out of a situation he felt closed by. It became more and more toxic until eventually he had to slowly withdraw his support for the president. You can see the president coming in inverted. We all know what the inverted Knight of Swords, King of Swords is. And then he withdraws his patronage. You can see the Six of Pentacles inverts. So the increasing erratic behavior of the president, combined with the financial cost, combined with the investigations, have led to the inevitable disavowing and there's going to be an end in the relationship between Bill Barr, and it's actually happening right now. Wow. Does that surprise people? Oh, Linda G said that. Okay, yeah. So that would probably be this, the inverted, some of you are trying to learn tarot, which is cool. I read that as a health challenge, and then poor judgment. It's affecting his work. I don't know anything about that, Roxanne. I'd have to see some real data to support that. That sounds like something that I would want to see some evidence, Roxanne, that I know Roxanne's mentioned energy weapons. If you can show me some actual data, I can take a look at it, but I'm not familiar with that. Let's go ahead and look at McCabe and whether McCabe will be indicted. Will McCabe be indicted, or will he get his money back? His retirement back? Andrew McCabe. It's not high on Nancy Pelosi's list, but it's on the list. So this has something to do with Nancy Pelosi in terms of either bringing it up, or in terms of impeachment, or in terms of the House. In some way, Nancy Pelosi seems to have some sway in terms of helping McCabe. But even though she has some ability to help, it doesn't appear to be a top priority. Cooperation, you can see a Lover's card and an inverted King of Cups. What McCabe seems to want is an investigation into whether or not anything he did was an impropriety, or whether or not he was simply doing his job. And he's arguing that he was simply doing his job. And if anybody should be in trouble, it's his supervisors. That seems to be what I'm seeing. You can see he's doing the lover. He has the lovers, the contract, but you have an inverted King of Cups attached to him, which suggests that the people in charge, or the people above him, he feels are partly responsible due to they're emotionally confused or getting mixed messages about things. Right now, inverted King of Pentacles has an Ace of Swords right over it. So he was out of work. His work, his economy, his finances, his retirement. But what crosses is an Ace of Swords, so victory. So he's going to win a case. And you can see the eyes are being opened. The High Priestess is coming in, and what he sits in hasn't been going anywhere. So there was a stagnation that happened. Look at the Constitution. And then negotiating a deal. Negotiating with the eyes opening. Victory. Where he's at right now, feelings of hopelessness. what is around him, people who are abusing their people in positions of power abusing their power, people in positions of authority abusing their power, excuse me, hopes and fears, vindictiveness, the inverted Queen of Swords, anger, vengeful, the final outcome, Two of Swords. He doesn't want to go back to working for this for the feds. He's not interested in being particularly cooperative, but he does want to get his retirement. And it looks like he will be victorious without having to give too much. But he does not want to work for the government ever again. And the previous relationship is over with the Two of Swords as the outcome. So I think there will be victory for Andrew McCabe. I think that he's going to probably get his retirement. I think he's going to give testimony when the new administration comes in. I think he will get some vindication. Looks like it's going to happen in about 13 to 17 months. I'll go ahead and predict because that's what I'm hearing. But he's not feeling generous in terms of working for any future administrations. This was a pretty horrible experience for him. Yeah, you're right, Karen. A lot of major arcana. But the Ace of Swords crossing over the inverted King of Pentacles, which would be the loss of his coin or his job, and the fact that there's an Ace of Swords over that, I think is a good sign. It's probably what other readers are talking about. No, well, did he defy a congressional subpoena? He doesn't want to overly cooperate, right? There's a Two of Swords there, just because he feels like he's already given so much. Okay. Interesting. All right, we've got time for, I think we can do one more if people want. Does anybody have any other quick questions before we close out today? Okay, well, I don't know anything about this, Roxanne, but like I said, if you want to send something to my Gmail account, I can look at it because I don't know what that is. All right, Don Jr., let's look at Don Jr. What is the future of Don Jr.? I think Don Jr. is going to do jail time. What will be with Don Jr.? He's arguing. Right now, the first thing I see when I go into the Akashic Records is that he uses money to control his ex-wife. And he used money to control her when they were married, dishing out a very tight budget for her as a way of controlling her. And it looks like that's continuing with him, where he's trying to constantly make her fight even for basic stuff in terms of, she has 5 children to take care of. The benefactors card and the master's card. So it appears that something has happened. When I go into this Akashic record, where he will probably be penalized, some kind of legal. Oh, bye, Noelle is leaving. Bye, Noelle. Thank you for your help today. Everybody, thank Noelle. Thank you. Yeah, so it looks like he could be facing some kind of legal issue where there's a payout, some kind of payout or something like that. Let's take a look. Where he's at right now, the thief is attempting to flee. There seems to be some financial. He's going to have to pay for something he did. What crosses him? An offer? Negotiating? Angry and temperamental? A judgment comes? Transformation? Yeah, there's a judgment that's not in his favor, and it's going to cost him financially. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. He's going to give up his bid for running for public office anytime soon. There's something here that he had some kind of exploratory committee that he was setting. He was going to run for politics, and it looks like that may go on hold. I didn't know about that. All right, everybody. I think we're going to finish early. We did about 50 minutes. I think we did pretty good. Did everybody have a good time? Everybody like my Princess Diana story? All right. If you're still trying to key in for a phone reading, please reach out to me. I love what I do. You can call me at 323-762-3982, or you can go to Tarot with Whimsy to make an appointment for a tarot reading. If you want to get a medical consult, you would go to drwhimsy.com, DOCTORWHIMSY.com, and you would schedule a telemedicine appointment. And yeah, and then that's how we do that. So be sure and share, like, subscribe, and tell me what you're doing to take care of yourself. And we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the love and support. And thanks for the trees. I thank you, and so does Gaia. All right, be well.